as an Olympic athlete, wound up with 17 knee surgeries, and for over 1,000 days had to walk with either a walker, a cane, or crutches. They say 10,000 hours makes you an expert on anything. This guy understands mobility. He created something called the Dynamo. This is the Cyclone Cane with the CrossBow balance technology. And at $44.45, it's not, I want to stress, it's not a cane. This is a mobility assistance piece. Here's the cane that I walked with for a year and a half when I was 35 years of age. And it beat me down and demoralized me as much mentally as it did physically because I felt old. And this stick has not changed in 2,000 years. This is William Scott's Cyclone. It looks different. It is different. It uses a CrossBow technology in a 12-degree arc, and you carry it what would appear to be backwards. Regular canes, you have the handle in the front. With this, it faces forward, and the bottom of this thing is one of the most interesting technologies I've ever seen. I want to bring the inventor of this up. I want you to meet him. I think you're going to like him. William Scott is broadcasting via Skype from his home. William, it is a pleasure to meet you face to face. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Dan. Pleasure to meet you also.
This is not a cane. This is a walking stick. Canes are for people who are disabled. A walking stick is for people who have places to go and things to do. And that's what this does.
Absolutely.
Tell me how you invented it. Tell me the differences between this and the old-fashioned cane and why this is a much more effective tool for getting to point B from point A.
As I told you before, I spent over 1,000 days on crutches, canes, walkers, and wheelchairs, and I wanted something different. And as you know, you have a life to live, and you want to continue to live it. And you can't live it with some of the devices that are in the marketplace today. So I invented this thing, the Cyclone Cane. And it's got some cool features that when you're ready, I can tell you about those.
Sure,
but
by all means.
It's great. Number one, it's lightweight. It only weighs 1.3 pounds, and it's all aluminum and very strong. And it's beautiful, so it doesn't embarrass you when you're walking out in public.
Yeah.
It's got a great gripping system. And the grip is very different. It's got what we call a palm down grip. And what that means is that normally you hold the cane in your fingertips, which is not comfortable.
Yep.
This, you just take your hand and put it down on the palm of the grip, which is very wide. And this wide grip fits your palm, so it'll fit anyone. It'll fit anyone. So here, you put your hand here, and it's just like pushing on a grocery cart or standing up from a seated chair. The second thing here is the tip. The tip is a wider, bigger tip that gives you more grip on the ground, whether it's a little wet, a little snowy, a little muddy. You have a little more comfort level with something like this, and this is called the Cyclone Tip.
And William, all of these little grooves, all these little slits, they flex and bend, so it doesn't matter whether it's gravel or asphalt or wet sidewalk or in the grass. You still feel very, very secure with this. And I really do appreciate that it looks more modern. You know, this is an old man's item right here. This is for somebody who's going to be out and be active and wants to get places. I'll also say this, the number one cause of injuries for senior citizens are falls. So with this, you're forced to stand upright. With the old-fashioned cane, I found myself bending just a little bit to accommodate that old-fashioned design, and that leads your center of gravity to be forward. When you walk with this, you are absolutely straight up and down. It just becomes like an extension of yourself. It's really well designed.
Well, thank you very much.
How many prototypes did you go through before you came up with this?
Well, I have lost count, but it's probably over 260 prototypes to get this right. It was a major deal to get this right. And one of the major things that we had to get right was the balance. And if you look here, one of the big things, if this was like a cane that you used to use, it's straight and it's got a loop on it. Well, the challenge with that cane is that if you put your finger on it, it's going to tilt forward. When you put weight on it, it's going to tilt forward.
Yep.
Or if you're holding it backwards, it's going to tilt backward. What we did was put this bend in here, which is called the CrossBow, so that it goes right through the handle. So this helps the cane be more stable, so it's balanced when you put a lot of weight on it.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, you absolutely can feel it. With a regular fashion cane, again, first of all, I never realized that this old design is just too thin. You feel like a bird perched on a wire with your hand. With this fatter design for the handle, it's much more comfortable. But when I'm standing here putting pressure on it, I can tell that that pressure is exactly straight down. With a regular cane, it's always forward. And so you would lean forward. That's why when you see people walking with a cane, they're doing this. It's just a better science towards a safer way to keep busy, to be out there, to be active, to live your life, whether you have a little bit of physicality problems or not. I think this is going to help a lot of people. And it is such a pleasure to meet you, to have you on the air. I can't wait to work with you once again. Thank you, William.
Thank you very much, too.
Bye-bye. Nice. It's called the Dynamo, the Cyclone Cane with the CrossBow balance technology. Pat, you've got a big deal, don't you?
I do have a big deal. Very excited to share this with you. And let me start out this way. This is the lowest price we found